Hi guys, hi, how's it going? How are you doing today? Hopefully today finds you well. Today I am doing my plan to pan for 2023. My plan is to be a little bit more strategic about this project panning because I really want to hit my 50 unit goal in 2023. I missed it in 2022. You guys will find that out in the finale, but I think I've been pretty vocal about the fact that I was not going to make my 50 unit goal. I do still want to maintain a 50 unit goal going into 2023, but I wanted to be strategic about the items that I was pulling in. And I've been seeing all these planned pans going on in the planning community. Like, I'm not considered planner community content, I'm considered chatty content, but I do watch a lot of panners and I've seen them doing these. Christina Chang, I watch all the time. She's doing it. I saw Rebecca Morgan do it. I've seen quite a few YouTubers do it. So I thought, oh my God, that's the smartest idea ever. And I thought I'd jump on that bandwagon. So I do have a planned pan for 2023 and I have 25 items on this, which is half of my goal, which means there is 25 wild cards that could come into play during the year as I roll things out, and I'm happy with that. I do think that I've got some items that aren't going to take me very long. I've got some items that might take me for flipping ever to get through, but I think I've got a good idea of what I'm going through, and I tried to pick items that I absolutely love so that I don't get into this place where I don't want to use these items anymore throughout the project panning season. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, please keep on watching. For those of you new here, hi, my name is Donna. I'm a lover of all things high-end, colorful beauty and self-care. I also work in the beauty industry as a field leader for Ulta. So I get a lot of education in my position. I like to bring you that education, but ultimately I'm just out here talking about makeup because I love makeup. And I'm assuming that if you're here, that you also like talking about makeup, and I hope that you'll find that you love it here and you'll want to subscribe before you go. If this is not the kind of content that you're looking for, I do have 900 plus other videos on my channel, so I'm certain that you can find something that you do love, something that you can dive into, and something that you can binge. So please go check out the rest of the videos on my channel. I'll have some, up in the cards or whatever for you, but I would love to have you along for this journey, and let's roll into this planned pan for 2023. So I do have 25 items on this list. I have them sitting in front of me so I can show them to you. I do think that I've got a good mindset on the products that I have on this list. Let's start with number one. Number one is the Fenty Kilowatt Highlighter in Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. This is what that looks like. This guy over here has pan up here. This is the one that I will be panning. This is my plan to pan item for the year. This is actually a favorite of mine as far as highlighters go. It is just so pretty and really kind of lit from within kind of glow. I love the Kilowatt highlighters. I think that they are beautiful. They are shiny. They are natural looking on the skin. And I don't think that this would take me long to pan, honestly, because I can see myself using that all over my face, in addition to my eyebrow, in addition to my inner corner. Like, I just love this highlight, and it's one of two highlights in my collection that has pan on it, and it is my favorite of the two. So I think that I have a good mindset for that guy. And I do think that it would probably take me about the whole year to pan, but I do think that I can get through that highlighter in 2023. So then I also have the Thrive Cosmetics lip liner in Geese Lawn. This is how much of the product is in the tube still. It is a really beautiful lip liner, and it's one of my favorite formulas, honestly. It's really creamy, but also stays in place for a long time. You can buff it out, kind of use it all over the lip without it looking dry or caking into, your lip crevices. So I really do like that lip liner, and I really do see myself getting a lot of usage out of it. It reminds me a lot also of the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude, which is my favorite lip liner to date. Now I do have a couple of ColourPop lip liners that also remind me of the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude. They will come into play after this one does, but that is the one that I want to hardline focus on for the year. I don't think that that will take me very long to go through. I typically will not only line my lips, but also fill my lips with my lip liner. So I do think that that probably I could be done with in, I'm going to say, like 6 months. The next product I have is this. This is the NARS Laguna Tinted Balm, and it's just a mini size, but I have used actually quite a bit of this. If you guys can see down into the tube, it is quite a bit used. I love this lip balm. It reminds me a lot of the Context Nude Balm that I was using in this year's project pan that I used up quite literally in like 2 updates. This is all I have left of this product. I think this is almost a gimme product. This lives in my purse. I use it all the time. I love this lip balm. It's not too warm, not too cool. It's just the perfect lip balm to put on in between uses. I don't typically take a lipstick with me and reapply it all day long, but I do reapply a balm, and that is typically the one that I'm pulling for. I love that lip balm and will probably have that gone, and I would say probably 2 months, if that. I have a liquid lipstick in here, you guys, because I need to get through the liquid lipsticks in my collection because I hate liquid lipsticks and never wear them. So I do have the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in the shade Stone. My tag fell off, but I only have 2 Dose of Colors, one in Play It Cool and one in Stone. So I do believe that this one is Stone. It is kind of like a deeper, like mauvey pink shade. It is like my perfect liquid lip shade, honestly, if I was going after a liquid lip. And I think, honestly, it also partners with the lip liner really, really well. So bringing both of these in at the very beginning of the project pan and then just utilizing them both together every single time is really going to help me get through both of them, and that is what the plan is. I don't think that the liquid lip is going to go as quickly as the lip liner, if I'm honest. I'm hoping to have that done within 6 months, but I'm just not sure. At the end of the day, those 2 Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks don't smell bad, but they've been in my collection for far too long. I'm a little afraid of what I'm a little afraid of them at this point. So I'm hoping that it doesn't go bad too soon to get it finished. But I am also thinking that it will take me at least 6 months to get through that, just because it's a liquid lip. I also have 4 glosses in here, and these are all the Clinique Pop Splash glosses that I have left in my collection. I really love this one here, this like peachy one, but the rest of them are really hard for me to wear. But I do know that this is a really comfortable gloss formula. I do love it, and when this is gone, I can just, you know, continue to pop these in to replace each other after the fact. It took me, I think, 3 updates to get through one of them that was full, and then 2 updates, I think, to get through one that wasn't quite full. I do have 2 that I have used and 2 that I really haven't used in this. So I'm hoping between the 5 of these, I won't have much longer than a year left with any of those, with those 5 products. So I do think that each one of these is probably going to take me a good month or 2 months to get through, if not a little bit longer. So I have gloss for the whole year if I'm just solely using what I've got in this project pan plan to pan for 2023. I have a couple of brow products in here. One is my Benefit Gimme Brow in the shade 3. This has been in my collection for a while, and when I found the 24-hour brow setter, I quit using this, but I did get one of these in gratis not that long ago. So I just want to use this before I open up my next brow setter. I had a brow setter that I was using, and that has since emptied. So I used this today. I don't see anything wrong with it. It's a really nice product that I used to use all the time. I just haven't used it since I discovered the brow setter. So that will be rolling in at the beginning of the year, and I don't anticipate that it'll last much longer than 2 months. And then this is the brow pencil that I'll be bringing in. This is the GimMe Brow Plus Volumizing Pencil. It is a sharpenable brow pencil. It's the first sharpenable brow pencil that I've had in a very long time. This is also by Benefit. It's in the shade 4.5, and I love this pencil. It is also what's in my brows today. I venture to say I like it a lot more than Precisely, to be honest. I think that what it does for my brows is beautiful, and I'm really happy to have it in my collection, really happy to use it, and I've already sharpened it once since I started using it about 2 weeks ago. So I know it won't take me super long, but brow pencils, because I don't use very much brow product in my brows, typically take me a while. That the one that was in my collection or in my project pan for this year took me something like 6 months. So I'm gonna say this one will probably take me about the 6 months also. If I roll it in January, we should be done by June. Another point that I like to make on this pencil is that this one comes to a very nice tip, which is not something that most of the Benefit pencils that I have with a spoolie on them do. So I'm really excited to have this in my client. I love that pencil. It's like, if I had to think about, and I have this video coming, but if I had to think about products that I tried in 2022 that became fast favorites, that would be one of them. All right, I have a couple primers in here also. So this one is in my project pan for 2022. You know, you can see that there's quite a bit of usage that's been had on it. It's still about half full. I am planning to pan this one in 2022 or 2023 the rest of the way. This is one of 2 Touch and Soul No Problem primers that I have in my collection that my mom gave me that I love, but I don't need 2 of them in my collection. So that'll be the first in. Second in will probably be this. Just because it is just a sample size. I think this will probably take me 4 months to get through. This will probably take me a month, if that. This is the Valentino V-Lighter Face Base. This is just a sample size that I got in a Sephora haul, but it is part of my inventory. So I think this will probably take me a month to go through. I might do this one first, then this one, just because I've been using this one for the last, several months currently. But this one I also would love to pan. And then the last primer on my list to pan in 2023 is my Bobbi Brown Face Base. Now, this isn't one that I want out of my collection because I want it out of my collection. This is one that I want to use up because I love the product. I would definitely buy it again. I need to get rid of some of my other highlighters before I do that, but I love this primer. It's such a wonderful, beautiful, like luxurious feeling moisturizing primer that I really feel a difference in my skin when I'm using it, but also I feel like I see a difference with my makeup application when I'm using it as well, and the longevity of how the makeup sits on my skin. So wonderful product. Again, it's the Vitamin Enriched Face Base by Bobbi Brown. Smells so good, looks so good. So those are the primers that I have, and this is about half full. I think that you guys can see that. I do think that if I use this one up, then move to this one, that this one would take me the remainder of the year to finish. So there's that. I have 2 foundations that I plan on rolling in. For the winter time, my plan is the Zoeva Authentic Skin Natural Luminous Foundation. Such a beautiful foundation. It is a little bit too light for me, and I have found that when I do mix-ins with it, I do not love the cover or the finish, I guess, of it, because it's so luminous. When I put in a mix-in, it actually makes it a lot more matte, and I don't love that. So I am going to start with this one in. It is about here in where it's at, so it's almost full. This will probably take me a good majority of the year. My plan is to use this until I get tan enough that I can't anymore, and then bring it back in at the end of, say, October, when I start to lose my tan for the season. And then this one is the Halo by Smashbox. This is the Halo Healthy Glow All-in-One Tinted Moisturizer. I love this. I used it all summer long last summer, except for during the times that I was using the Fenty Eavesdrops because I fell in love with that. This was a favorite of mine for a very long time, and it's still one that I don't mind using. Mine is in the shade Light Neutral. It is a beautiful tinted moisturizer with a lot of dew to it. If you don't like dew, you're not going to like it. But I have dry skin, so I do like a dewy look to my skin sometimes. I love that. I brought in a setting spray just because I have so many setting sprays. It's not something I'm purchasing anymore, but this is the Hourglass Veil setting spray, and my plant, this is completely full. I haven't even used it. I got it from a friend, I do believe. Plan is to finish off another setting spray. I think I've finished one and potentially two by the end of this year. So I might be able to wild card another one in, but this one is definitely on my planned pan. So this one is in my current project pan. You guys will have seen this already, I do believe, and if not, here's a spoiler. This is the Pretty Vulgar Make Them Blush Hush Blush, and this is what it currently looks like. It's got quite a large pan in it. I am utilizing it through the rest of this year in my current ongoing project pan. My plan is to just continue using it until it's gone. It's one of the oldest blushes in my collection. I was going to throw it away when we got into 2023, but I feel like it maybe doesn't work in the way it used to, but it still works very beautifully on my skin. So, and I love the finish of it. It's very natural. It is what is on my cheeks today. I do like it a lot, so I will be keeping it in next year as a project pan item. It won't go back into my collection. It'll stay in my project pan items. And then I have the Smashbox Always On Gel Eyeliner that is also currently in my project pan. This is all that is left of this eyeliner. It is a black eyeliner. I don't wear eyeliner very much anymore. But as long as this is in my project pan, I will like tightline with it or lower lash line. I don't tightline with it very much anymore because it is so old and I found that it affects my eyes, but I will like lower lash line it, smudge it out. It's just getting more and more difficult to use, but it just doesn't smudge as well as it used to. It's not as creamy, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. It's a little bit more tuggy. So I just want to get it used up. It is one of the oldest liners in my collection and is currently in my project pan for 2022. I'm just going to continue the process with it. And the last product that is also in my project for 2022 that I'm just going to continue on in the efforts to empty is the Bobbi Brown eyeshadow stick in vanilla. This is what is left. It isn't because I don't like this product, because I do like this product as a eyeshadow primer, and it's just an easy thing to use, honestly, as an eyeshadow primer, and it just keeps an eyeshadow primer always in rotation and always at ease of reach. Not that they're hard for me to reach in my collection, but it's just one more thing and I enjoy using it. So I think that it does a good job of gripping onto the shadows over the top of it. It's a really great base. So I will just continue on that train. I have 5 eye products, 3 of which are going to be Steeled Glitter and Glows. These are just getting so old in my collection that I feel like I need to, you know, roll them out, get some usage out of them. These are items that I have only used probably a handful of times, but these are the Glitter and Glows in Kitten, Jezebel, and Pagale. I think each one of these has been in a Shop My Stash at one point in time. I really do love them, and this is a really nice way to have impactful shimmer on the eye without having to deal with glitter. So I will be putting those into my project pans. This is a good way to have glitter in your eye look without having glitter that falls out all over your face. This is one of the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liners, and this one is in Space Cowboy. It is a really pretty, just like silver gold glitter. I don't know that you'll be able to see it. I'm going to try and make a big enough swatch that you can. But I love using this as like like fun accent to my eye look, maybe even in my inner corner, because this is glitter in a way that I know is not going to fall into my eye. It's not going to fall out all over my face. This is the only way to do glitter in my humble opinion. And I love this product, but it's been in my collection. It and its three brothers have been in my collection for quite some time. It takes forever to go through. I've used this so many times and you can't tell. There's no demarcation. It doesn't even appear as though I've used it once. So I do want to put it into my collection and get a good amount of use out of it. I also have an eye primer. This is by Alamar. This is the Primero primer by Alamar Cosmetics. This is not my favorite primer. Honestly, it's kind of like tacky, almost like a glue. And I don't like putting like matte eyeshadows over the top of it. But I feel like this will work wonders with some of the other things that I've put into this project pan and some of the other things that I plan on putting into this project pan as far as a tacky base for my eyeshadows to stick to. So I do go through about 2 eye primers a year or so, maybe even 3. I think this year I have a few more than that because I did have some little tiny sample ones, but I'm excited to put an eye primer in there. Eye primer is one of those things that I've learned I only need like 1 or 2 of a year, if that. And then the last thing I have, the piece de resistance, the big thing that I am planning on panning this year. And I am not putting it in to a pan that palette, as you might think. I'm putting it into my project pan. And we're just going to watch it dwindle all year long. So this will be something that's in my project pan all year long, is my Tarte Make Believe in Yourself eyeshadow palette. I don't want to do it in a pan that palette because I don't want to have it. I don't want to have more than 2 projects going in on my channel, and because I'm not like slated a panning community channel, I don't want to have more than 2 projects going, and I'm gonna have my project pan, but I also really want to do Deck of Panning next year. So those are 2 projects that will be going. So I'm not gonna do a pan that palette. I just don't think that sounds like fun for me. But I do think that having a palette in this sounds like fun to me. So this is what the shades are in this palette. These are all shimmers, except for this one shade here, which I don't think goes with any of these shimmers, if I'm honest with you. So I'm putting this into my project pan in January, and we're just going to walk through this palette. As we go through this palette, I'll weigh it, we'll look at it every single month, and we'll see how far we get, how many times I pick it up and use it in the month or in the year of 2023. So those are the 25 items that I have on my plan to pan list for 2023. I do plan on panning 50 items, so that leaves me 25 wildcard items to roll in should I be bored of these things, want to just try something else out. Yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. What do you think of the choices that I made? I would be interested to hear your thoughts. So do hit me up down in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I appreciate every single one of you for being here. I hope that you liked it enough that you'll give it a thumbs up, you'll subscribe before you go. But ultimately, I just really hope that you guys are having an amazing day, week, month, year, because it's almost over, and that you all are safe and healthy and getting along as best you can, and that you're loving each other, but loving each other from afar. And until next time, bye friends.